Hey everyone, welcome back to Spark Planner Live. Today we are talking about all things writing. Today I'm excited to show you a new method I've been using to plot my third book in the Sticker Shop Mystery Series, and it is using index cards. So yes, you've heard that right. Index cards, very simple yet effective tool to help plot your novel. And before I get into showing you how I'm going to be using it and taking a look on that side of my plotting wall, I want to show you the coolest thing, which kind of inspired the whole, using this method. And these are called Rocketbook Cloud Cards. So they're reusable smart index cards, and they look like your typical index cards. They're double-sided. And they have like this kind of like little QR code here. And what you do is, if you're not familiar with the other Rocketbook products, is that you essentially take a picture of it and then it uploads to their app that they have. And then you could like have it digitalized while still having like the tactile function, which I'm all about. And because they use the friction pens, based on like the material, so you're able to erase them / wipe it off with they come with like a little microfiber towel. That's not the best. It's just easier to use the erasers. I bought a whole bunch of these. I got the highlighters, the little markers, the different erasers, and so I'm so excited. But so with that, let's go into plotting. So there's many ways to get started on using index cards. So what you could do is you could get a bulletin board. That's kind of the aspect when you're using like the program Scrivener and with the index cards. You could, every time I do it the wrong way, set up the plotting wall, which is what I have here. You could just get out the index cards however you want to have it. And what you're going to do is you write a plot point or a scene that you want to include in your novel. Anything that comes to mind, just put it down on paper. And with that, it is just to have a movable scene that you could rearrange into different plots based on what plotting method you do. So like save the cat, it could be like, oh, the catalyst here, so you'd put the catalyst on the note card. And then next you're able to arrange the index cards in the order as your story progresses. And this is great because it's visual, it's tactile. So if you are anything like me, I have to write things down. I need to physically move things around, and then it like sticks better. So this is just a visual representation of your slot to help you identify when there's plot holes and all that stuff. Once you have everything in the correct order, so right, you know, the little graph here, you follow that, then you could see where there are gaps. So you could create some subplots and maybe develop more on the front end, the back end, however it might be. And you know what the funnest part is you could do them in different colors. And so that's kind of what you could see, a little sneak peek on my board here. I had purple. Purple was everything that was happening in like the first act in the first part of the second half. And then I went to like green and blue. So this is pretty great. These are, they're like Post-it notes, but they are the 3x5. So I was able to use it on the wall, which is great. So I think I'm going to be using these as well. And then with that, you got your colored markers. So you could do, if you're doing multiple points of view, you could use different colors. And so that is really great. And for these rocket cloud cards, they come in black as well as green for the bordering. But what I was planning on doing is taking like the highlighter and then gonna just mark it, and then this would be like act 1, everything that's highlighted is pink or something like that. And so with that, I just want to show you what I'll be using. And basically how I'm going to be plotting book 3 of my Sticker Shop mystery book. Still, there's no title to it. I have some ideas, but we'll see what it is. But using index cards is a very simple and effective way to plot your novel. You're able to visually see it, what's missing. And I guess let's go to a top-down view to see how we're going to do this. So we are here on my desk, and I want to show you a quick overview of what I was using before I got these really cool from Rocketbook, the cloud cards. So this is a pocket size planner, and so what I just did is I just took regular 3x5 index cards and punch them. So basically I have a few little key things of what would be on my scene cards. So like, what is the scene's main job, and then some little descriptors. Why is the scene necessary? So these are just kind of prompts to make sure that the scene has a purpose for my story. And then going over here, so I kind of looked over what a lot of people put on their scene cards. So essentially this is one way of setting up an index card. So basically in one sentence, what is the scene, a main conflict, and then emotional arc, or where does the emotion from start to finish. So that is one way. So here is how I had it. So at the top I had reactions and then actions. So that is one thing, is if you're not very familiar with scenes, are that you have two different ones. So you have an action or reaction, and then scenes are followed are the action part, and then you have your reaction, which is essentially like the sequel. And then scenes and sequels form sequences, and then sequences form essentially acts. So it's a lot of like layering, and I'm definitely still learning how to set up all this stuff. But essentially, your action, so this is one way of having it. I have the point of view, the conflict, and the outcome. Another way of setting up an action card is your goal, your conflict, and then your decision. And so what that is, then it's like, what happens in the scene, what's the main conflict or the character's agenda, what is the emotional arc, or where does the emotion start from finish. So that's that. So then I'm trying to find one that isn't so like two coming off. Okay, I think this one's an okay one to show you. So I have the point of view, I have the conflict, and then I have the outcome. So same thing, like the goal, the conflict, the decision. So however you want to phrase it, it's all kind of the same. And then a reaction is the reaction, dilemma, and then the decision. So what I then did is I have it here. So the point of view is, for this scene, is to figure out and address the meaning. The conflict is Eli should tag along. If not, I don't know what that was supposed to be, but and then the outcome is learns that the address is the boutique. So then on the flip side is I basically put bullet notes of what I thought. So I have here, finally out of PJs around 8 a.m. Look at the note from the guest room. On the map, it's walking distance. Look at the photos. Recognize that it is the boutique. Leaves the B&B and gets a, I think, sense of being followed. Eli is human form. Follows. Need to protect. I don't know what that word is. Than ever with father away. So that is basically what is happening for that particular scene. And so then this is like the reaction is shocked to think there is this is some connection. Dilemma is find out that the owner was the ex-girlfriend, and the decision is to put her on the suspect list. So with that, then I have my bullet points. So I have Sam doesn't understand why the boutique. Eli talks to the owner about if she knew anyone visiting. Let her know the Fox guy is dead. Doesn't seem fazed by it. Putting her on the suspect list has passed of ex-girlfriend. Happy to see him gone. When I found out he was, I broke it off. What do you mean? What he was? She didn't know about the creature. You know, a cheating jerk. So I also put, this is in quotes down here. So when I'm making these cards, if something sparks my imagination, I'll put it down here. So then when I'm writing this scene, I have the information. So now that's the old way of doing it. So now I have these awesome cards that I'm able to take a photo of and capture them. So then I don't have to be carrying this around. I'll have a digital copy. So with that, kind of want to show you how it works. So we are just going to just copy this one. So the point of view, so understand who's attacked the conflict. A centaur gets injured and the outcome needs to go to the hospital. So with that, we are just going to write that down. So remember I mentioned that these have to be with the friction pens, markers, however it may be. So the goal is to understand who was attacked. So the characters, we have Sam. I don't remember who else is in this scene, but it is whoever it would be. I would add them as well. Conflict is a centaur gets injured. And the outcome, which is the decision, need to go to the hospital. So with that, we are going to open up the Rocketbook app. So here we have it. I haven't had any scans, so this will be our first one. Push the little thing. It opens up the camera. And the main thing is there's like this little QR code, and there it goes. If you could see it, it's scanning it. Bing! And then we push next. Then you could email it, Google Drive, or other destination. Pretty great. So we're just going to, I guess, well, we're going to Google Drive it right now. It's going to my A Sticker Shop Mystery Plotting cards. This isn't right. This is for my Paracozy, but that's okay for this. We're going to push next. It's doing its thing. And we can rename the file. We're just going to keep it how it is. And there we have it. It's pretty easy. So, and there's the scan, and we have the destination, so you were able to change them. If not, that's pretty cool. So now I'm going to open up my Google Drive to show you. So I have my Google Drive open, and here it is. It's nice, it's clear. And then down here, it actually put in text format what I had written. So scene characters, Sam, goal. I think the lettering was kind of rubbed off a little bit, so I didn't quite get it, but it's in text format as well, so that's really great. So then I could go in and I could add more comments to this if I want. So it's really cool. I'm really liking this, and I'm excited to use more of these scene cards in place of doing this. So things will be then pre-typed out, so then I could go ahead and transfer this into my Word doc and start writing from there. So this is what they look like. Again, just a really quick overview. So the Rocketbook Cloud cards, reusable smart index cards. You get a little wipe to wipe them. I would say they don't really wipe that well. So you could definitely use the eraser part. It works a lot better. If you make a mistake, it's great, and they're reusable, so I'm not wasting and buying huge packs of index cards. So I hope you guys kind of enjoyed me showing you how I'm going to be using index cards for the outlining of my next story. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more writing tips and tricks and planning. And if you have any other methods for plotting, please leave it down in the comments, because I am going to be reading a lot of craft books. I want to dig into what's the best structure and method for me. And with that, thanks for watching and happy writing. Bye!